Welcome to Living Off No Deck. It's Memorial Day weekend. I got some company around, so we're just going to do some basic old burgers. But we're going to do the classic beer can burgers that have been done for years and years and years. I got a little twist on it, but nothing too out of the ordinary or too special. So stick around. Let's have some fun with it. Pretty basic and simple here. I got 4 pounds of venison burger here. And what I do is for every 2 pounds, I'll put some Lipton onion soup mix in it. It adds a good flavor and also creates kind of it holds in the moisture well. So you end up with a nice juicy burger. Put 2 of them in. And then I've got just a little SPG here. Just gonna add a little bit of that as a little extra. And then I've just got some shredded cheese. And typically what I do is, this is actual hand shredded cheese. You can do it out of the bag if you prefer. I don't like that. I never buy bag cheese, but grab a good handful for each 2 pounds or so. There's 1. There's 2. We're going to mix this in, and then we're going to save the rest. Maybe we'll go a little bit more. We're going to save the rest to put on the burgers when they're cooking. So all we're going to do here is just mix this up. Use your God-given hands, because that's the right way to do it. I'm just going to mix this up, and I'm going to actually let it rest for a little while and season and get those seasonings kind of to marinate in. And when they cook out, they'll be delicious. There we go. I think we got it mixed in. So we'll see you back in a little bit when we actually put these things together. All right, here is our ingredient list. I took that burger, got it all balled up into a bunch of balls. Probably a little bit better than the 3rd pound balls. We got some bacon. We got some onion rings. You'll see what we're going to do with them. And then we've got some cheese, onions, bell peppers, mushrooms, and jalapenos that we're going to saute. And let's get these things rolling. I know I said these are going to be beer can burgers, but it's the same darn thing. But I'm not going to use a beer can. So let's grab one of these bad boys. What we're going to do is we're going to flatten it out where we're fairly thin on the bottom, at least in the middle. So try to kind of push it down in the middle here a little bit. What we're going to do is take one of these onion rings and set it and push it right down in there. We're going to take this burger and fold it up around that onion ring and form a pocket just like the beer can burgers. Takes a while to find the right size of onions for a decent sized burger. I had to cut up 2 different onions to get the right size for burgers and stuff, but form it around, get a nice little pocket to put your vegetables or whatever you want to season it with later on. Squeeze it against that onion ring a little bit. Try to level it out. Get a nice pocket so it's nice and even all the way around. Sorry, my hand's in the way sometimes, but. And there you've got just about the same thing as your beer can burger. We're going to take a piece of bacon, wrap it around it just the same. And there you have it. There's one. In case you got lost along the ways, let's do one more. So I'm going to push it down the center here. Grab an onion ring, kind of push it down in there a little bit. Hold it up along the sides. And what I've noticed about the beer can burgers, you always end up with a really thick part of meat in the bottom outside corners, which is okay. I mean, you're thick burgers and stuff like that. But this is going to add a little bit of something different in that area of the burger. You know, you've seen lots of videos of people cutting them in half, and if you look at that, this bottom portion down here typically has a really thick part of meat, and then the rest of it is even. So I'm actually taking my fingers and kind of rounding it along the bottom, along that onion ring, and then make sure you squeeze it out toward that and get a nice little pocket in there. I'll take another slice of bacon here. Wrap it right around there. And I'm not using thick cut bacon. I'm using restaurant bacon. Well, that's what it's called. I buy it by the 10-pound box at Sam's Club. So it's good bacon, thin, very nice for grilling and wrapping around stuff. And there you have it. We got 2 done. Well, I won't bore you with the rest of them. I'm going to do the rest of them up, and we'll see you out at the smoker. I got them all done. I went ahead and chopped up some fresh garlic, and you can see how I embedded each one with a little garlic. Everybody that I'm cooking for are garlic lovers, so we did that, and then I gave them each just a light little sprinkle of black pepper. So as soon as the grill gets to the right temp, we'll get them on. See you there. Well, let's get these bad boys on the grill. Wow, look at that. We got some smoke rolling. So let's get them all set on here. I think what we'll do is we're going to smoke them for a little while. Let them take on some good smoke. And then we'll fill them when they get to maybe about 100 degrees or so. And then move them real close to the flames and top them off and get them up to the temp we want to eat them at. So I am a medium rare person, but we have some in the crew that are a little more well done, so we will adapt to that by positioning on the grill. So we'll check back after a little bit, and I'll start sauteing all the vegetables after they get close. All right, it is time to start sauteing these vegetables. We've got preheated here. We're gonna throw a bunch of butter on, because I like cooking with butter. Some people like it's pretty hot, and I got it on low, so we're gonna saute these up a little bit. So we got some bell peppers. We got some onions. We'll heat up a little butter here. I'm gonna hold off a little bit. It's gonna take a little bit for the onions and the peppers to get done, but they'll take a little longer. Mushrooms, not gonna take too long. Jalapenos, not gonna take too long because I like them a little crunchier, so we're just gonna start with these for right now. Get out of there. You don't belong in the onions. I am not an artist at the grill top stuff. I don't use it that often. So if I'm doing something wrong, please let me know. I'm gonna let these simmer a little bit. Be right back. While those are simmering, we get everything else ready to throw on. Let's take a look at these bad boys. Look at the color they're getting. They got some nice red color to the top of them from the smoke. Oh, those are going to be good. I haven't probed them yet, but it's got to be getting pretty close. So as soon as them simmer down a little bit and saute down a little bit, we're going to get it all put together and fill them up and have a taste test. All right, let's throw them mushrooms on. I didn't cut them up. We're going to see how they just saute by their own. Maybe I'll try to... Oof. Let's use the other one. That worked. Kinda. Slippery little devil, isn't he? That should be good. Let them saute down a little bit. Obviously, I'm not very level. Let's get some jalapenos on there. I like my jalapenos. I like my spice. Well, we're getting close. Got all buns on. I threw a layer of butter across there. See how they're looking. They're getting there. Just good. Just about ready to take off. Let's throw another pat of butter on that guy there, and I think on this guy here. Let's see how these buns are doing. Oh, they are. Oh, wrong one. That one didn't get much butter on it, did it? A little butter right there. A little mushroom on there. Oh, them onions are about ready. We'll take them off. How are these doing over here? Oh, perfect. Ooh, this mushroom smells great. All right, I think I'm going to shut this sucker down, let it cool down a little bit. I'm going to get everybody up here to put what ingredients they want in their burger. And then I'll show you on the flip side when they're a little closer to the heat and cooking up on the grill. Well, we got a good fire going. We've got these close to the fire that we're going to eat right away. Those a little further away so I can leave those on while we're eating to cook a little bit. So everybody chose what they wanted, whether it was onions, peppers, mushrooms. They made their choice. So this is a fun little thing you can do with a gathering, to have a bunch of stuff on the griddle and they can make their own burger. So anyway, we'll see you inside for a taste test. All right, for some reason the video cut out. We're gonna do it again. So anyway, this is my buddy Mike, and we're gonna try this out, and hopefully the video sticks. I don't know, my battery says it's at 30%, but there's your piece. Here's my piece. We'll see how many times we gotta do this.
I mean,
I
could eat all night.
Well, he's from Minnesota, so he's living off Nodak today. So anyway, let's give it a shot before my battery dies or whatever happens with my phone. So we'll try it out again. We already tasted it once.
That's delicious.
It is delicious. Really smoky. Just a little bit of crunch from that interior onion.
The flavor from the bacon and the onion goes through all the meat. Very good.
That embedded garlic is really good too. It's not overpowering. I thought maybe I had too much in there, but it's not.
Never enough garlic.
I agree. All right. Hope you like this video. Please like, please subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Ciao.
Cheers.